Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Meteor Studios Arena for the inaugural ATT Crypto Crush-A-Thon. Have you ever asked yourself if elusive cryptids from the far corners of the globe were pitted against each other in an all-out brawl-out, which would come out on top? Who would be the crypto king of the ring? Has anyone ever seen a bunyip? What's the name of the cryptid that shoots tentacles out of its metal beak? Well, the theorists have heard your secret askings and now bring you ringside seats. Let the theorists answer all your questions of cryptozoological combat. Join Braden, Zell, Dan, and Byron for some serious ringside theorizing on what cryptids would reign supreme in the Crypto Crush-A-Thon.
Welcome to Alien Theorists Theorizing, Case File 75, Cryptid Crush-A-Thon! Woo! The championship is on the line. One man's life is on the line.
Alien Theorists Theorizing inaugural bestial beatdown has come at last.
Excellent start.
I love it. I'm Zach.
I'm Braden.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Byron.
Byron's back in studio. Welcome
I'm here,
back.
guys.
People have been asking about you, bro.
Yeah, they thought you were dead.
Bit of a walkabout. It happens every now and then. It's a bit of a walkabout. Oh, that's good.
Me and Dan did some Australian accents a couple case files ago, and people almost got enough that they were like, "Oh, I guess we don't miss Brian so much."
Yeah, you really. It was a great substitute. I can't return the favor. I can't do the Canadian accent.
You can. You should try.
It's funny. It's funny when other people try and do our accents. It's almost impossible. I need to find
All right.
something there.
You work on it. And you get back to us.
I'll come back.
Yeah, you just pop in one time with a Canadian accent, just surprise us.
He's gonna be practicing at home for like 6 months, and when he does show up, he'll have one line. It'll be perfect though.
Yeah.
Maple syrup, eh? Sorry, everyone. I had to.
Wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Let's get right into some space news. The Kepler spacecraft is back in safe mode as fuel begins to run low. It went into safe mode. I guess it was running out of propellant, so then everything kind of shuts down and it barely runs just to keep going. It has gone into safe mode again, and astronomers fear its mission may be nearing an end. So it might be that might be it for it. It's gone as far as it can. They don't really know how much fuel is still on board, and they're looking at what options they have and the next steps, because I guess it's not really. I guess there's no AAA in space. It's gonna.
I mean, they've got a new telescope under construction. I think they just started construction on one. That's going to be way stronger than the Kepler.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. But still, it's almost done. That's it for it.
How long it's been up there? It's been up there for quite a long time, though.
2009?
Yeah.
It's been
Pretty
traveling?
long.
Doesn't seem that long.
No, but
It's
I think
like
it's
almost 10 years.
How long's the Hubble been up there?
2009. I was thinking.
Well, the Hubble's in like, isn't it? This one was like going deep space, right? Like it was still traveling.
Isn't
The Hubble's still in orbit.
Yeah, the Hubble's in our orbit.
Oh, I thought the Kepler. That's what they were finding all the planets with, wasn't it?
I think so, but that one's way out there. Like it's.
Oh, I see.
I don't even know how far it is. I closed the window already. I guess there's been a huge dust storm on Mars since June. It's finally beginning to calm down. So NASA says that they might be able to contact the rover soon. But basically, this huge dust storm's been raging since June, and they have no idea where it is, what it's doing, if it's okay, if it still works. So it's solar powered, so they just have no idea.
Or he's shut down.
Yeah, they have no idea what's going on with it. So they're like, if it's buried, it's fucked, it's done. But we're gonna find out in the next coming weeks. It's a grim space news for all our space tech.
I saw a photo of like an actual person standing next to the rover, and I actually thought it was a lot smaller than it actually is. Like those things are actually really big.
How big are they?
Like they're the size of like 2 trucks, like put together, like two 2 pickup trucks, like almost put together. Yeah.
Oh,
I thought it
things
that
like a
big?
tank. Like it's huge.
I thought it was the size of that. What was that movie? Short Circuit.
No, it's way bigger than that.
It's not as big as Short Circuit.
It's not Johnny Five.
Johnny Five.
Bigger than Johnny Five. It's like 5 Johnny Fives put together.
Huh. There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
I got a little more positive space news. Jim Bridenstine, he's administrator at NASA, and he's claiming that he wants to have constant humans going to the moon in the next couple decades. Pretty much is what he's saying, and they're going to do this by building gateways between Earth and the moon.
Stargate.
Exactly. No, it's
What?
pretty. It's these gateways. I guess are going to be part of like an easier way to get to the moon, so they'll be able to refuel on the way,
Oh,
Space stations just on
like little mini stations all the way to the moon.
Right.
like little truck stops.
Little truck stops to the moon.
7-Elevens,
I thought you were talking like
AM PMs.
Yeah,
Teleportation
all the way to the
stuff.
moon.
Yeah, and I guess the first gateway will be like pretty much a new space station, and it will be permanently crewed.
Able to stop and get Slim Jims and Gatorade.
Around around 2030, maybe.
I guess that makes sense because you could have people like on it, and then like the mission goes past, comes back, drops people off, picks people up, brings them back to Earth.
Yeah, I don't know the exact logistics of what's going to be, but he made a big speech about how we haven't been to the moon in so long, and obviously the conspiracy people went crazy for it. They're like, of course, why haven't we been to the moon?
Yeah.
And I went down that kind of road again, but
Rabbit hole.
it's cool. Going back, hopefully. And we're going to explore other parts than just like the equator of the moon, I guess.
Well, I got some more moon news. Researchers from NASA say the moon definitely has ice water on its surface. Basically, they believe researchers from NASA, the University of Hawaii, and Brown University confirmed the existence of water ice on the surface of the moon at the poles. And this could provide future lunar colonists with easily accessible water supply they need to survive off-world. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty huge. Cool. Yeah.
A restaurant will never work on the moon, though.
A restaurant?
A restaurant will never work.
Why?
The food will be good, but there'll just be no atmosphere.
Hey,
Boo.
Another beer.
Yep, sip of beer. That's all I got for space news.
I got
on my end.
I got one other. This is I laughed at this. I'm only going to read the headline because the headline's funny. A mean robot supervisor could make you a better performing employee. Basically, people are likely to perform better when under the supervision of a mean robot rather than a nice one. I'm like, well, no shit. If, like I'm gonna be getting way more work done if the T-1000's staring me down than than fucking Johnny Five is begging me to do more work.
Johnny Five.
All right.
Giant hulking robot supervisors.
All right. Let's get into well, he sneaks around the world from Kiev to Carolina. He's a sticky-fingered flitcher from Berlin down to Belize. He'll take you for a ride on a slow boat to China. Tell me, where in the world is Mr. Conspiracy? He's in Da Nang, Vietnam.
Da Nang.
He's going to some haunted houses. Message him on Instagram. He's Mr.Conspiracy, ATT, on Instagram. Go.
Hey, do you go word for word in that theme song? Besides Mr. Conspiracy at the end?
Yeah. Why? Well, I changed.
Well, we're getting sued.
I changed it. Oh shit! I changed the she to a he, and I bet the pacing's off. It's a parody. That's allowed. Parodies are allowed.
A parody is like every word is different.
Parody's the same melody, but you change the words. That's okay. It's all good. There's already 2 versions of it out. We can't take it back now.
Does someone still is someone still running the Carmen Sandiego, cruising the internet for people singing it?
Carmen Sandiego games still come out. Like, I'm pretty sure they still own the license to the song. They don't play the song in the video games, but I'm pretty sure they still.
We didn't actually play the song. You just did a horrible rendition of it.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this UFO case file of the week. Ryan, you want to fire up the X3 there?
Yep. And we're thinking at it right now. UFO. Oh, God. UFO. UFO case of the week.
UFO case file of the week's popping up. All right. This week's UFO case file of the week, it's on Men in Black. Here come the Men in Black.
In Black.
Okay, I better not sing that song either because I know a lot of the lyrics.
We don't need 2 losses.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've used that one before. We can't.
I don't want to go against Will Smith here. So that this is posted on Reddit by Joy Has Sprung. The title is Old Timey FBI Agent with No Eyebrows and 2 Lazy Eyes. All right. All right.
Chameleon.
This is, and Joy Has Sprung is, just for context, is a female. So is a woman.
Okay.
2 Christmases ago, I was having a cigarette out in Alexandria, Minnesota on my mom's property. It's not that far from a municipal airport. Oh, that didn't take me long to fuck up. It's spelled weird.
No, it did not.
So it's not that uncommon to see low-flying airplanes now and then over the farm. But that night, I saw a bright light in the sky, and it moved slowly towards the direction of the airport, and the light was so bright, I couldn't see its shape. It was strangely quiet, and so the first thing I thought to do was get my phone out and video it. I thought I was in video mode, but I was in camera mode. Classic. I took a blurry picture and then switched it to video mode, but the screen froze up, which was normal. I'm just reading it how I imagine she's typing. Like it was taking a pic or trying to buffer or catch up. My phone froze and I had to restart it, but by the time I restarted it, it was so far away. It looked like it was going to land at the airport, so I thought it probably wasn't a UFO. Anyways, that night I posted a long Facebook post trying to be funny, saying that I saw a UFO, but I couldn't get a video on time. And it was probably a conspiracy and probably why no videos of UFOs exist. It was all tongue-in-cheek, but it still weirded me out. It was so quiet for a plane, but it was going to the airport, and I don't think aliens land at small airports, so I rationalized it away. Fuck, man.
Great job.
All right. I came back to LA for New Year's, and New Year's Eve morning, I got a knock on my apartment door. I looked through the peephole. That's peephole, not people. Peephole. And saw this creepy guy wearing a Mad Men era hat and suit, like creepy bald Don Draper. I pretended I wasn't home, but then he said, "FBI, open up, please. We know you're in there." His voice, though, sounded like either he was very old or someone had kicked him in the neck and he was out of breath. Hold on. I can do that. I can do that like that. Hold on.
Open up, FBI.
I got to exhale my breath. FBI, open up, please. We know you're in there. It's hard to explain, but the only thing I can say is that the voice sounded fake. like someone was doing an impression of a grandpa, only doing it really bad. The FBI thing scared me. I had no reason to be, but the first thing that came into my mind was that I had downloaded the first season of Game of Thrones to see what all the fuss was about.
What?
That's why they come for you.
That's pretty high up on the FBI's list of people.
And I had used a torrent site, and while I was there, I had searched for weird porn. The word weird and porn to see what torrents said. And I remember following the rabbit hole and reading a bunch of weird descriptions of weird pornos. I didn't download any, but I clicked on them and clicked on the preview image.
Yeah, okay.
To one out of
I looked
curiosity.
for
This-
whatever, dude.
This guy,
Sure.
this girl is really like, she's a lot of information into this story.
I could have just said weird porn and just left it at that. Like,
Yeah, could have just left
Yeah.
it.
Didn't have to explain it.
She wanted everyone to know that she's a little bit freaky.
I thought maybe he thought I downloaded the porn or it was about Game of Thrones. I started getting anxious. He pounded on the door some more, and it freaked me out even more. So I said, "Can I see some identification?" And he looked through the people, and he pulled out a badge. But it could have been a toy for all I know. But he knew I was there. So I opened the door and prayed he wasn't a rapist, and that if he was an FBI agent, I could lie my way out of having downloaded Game of Thrones and reading weird porn descriptions. Oh. He was very scary looking. Old-timey clothes, no eyebrows, 2 lazy eyes, bald. How do you know how do you know someone has 2 lazy eyes?
well, they're
You-
both like looking in the different directions, you know,
Google-
like
both
chameleon
Googled.
eyes. They're just like one's
Yeah.
up to the left and one's down to the right.
God. Wrinkled forehead and neck. I almost peed. He said to me, "I need to talk to you about the flying saucer you saw on the 22nd of December." This weirded me out because my Facebook is private and I had posted no pictures, just the comment. And I thought about that Snowden guy and how we are all being watched, and it really freaked me out. I asked him how he knew, and he said, "FBI knows everything, ma'am." And he walked through the door about 4 feet in and stopped dead. And that's where we had the remainder of our conversation. I told him the story, and he was emotionless and expressionless the whole time. The next part always makes me laugh when I think about it, but at the time was just so out of left field, it completely tripped me out. He asked, do your breasts produce milk?
What? Oh my god!
he asked her?
Oh my god!
And I just said, "No, I'm not pregnant," and hoped this wasn't a rapey pass he was making at me. Then he said, "They're big, but they have no function." like a statement.
Oh my god! This is
I believe every word this chick has written.
I changed the subject. Back to the UFO, and I said, "So, was it a flying saucer I saw? Was it aliens?" He said, "No such thing as aliens. Forget about the incident." He then asked, "Do you think you have a theory as to why female people look so different from male people?" I was just weirded out more, but tried to play it off as interesting questions. I sometimes wonder why our bathing suits are small and guys' bathing suits are so big. I had been thinking about this. He then said, "Do you think that bathing is the first step in controlling our evolution?" I was like, "Sure, man, whatever." I wanted him out, and it was creepy,
oh my god!
but I wanted to be nice and not set him off. Then shit got even weirder. He just went silent, and I was silent. And I was like, it was like he ran out of batteries. I kept smiling at him, and he was not smiling back. I said, "Can I help you with anything? I'd love to help, blah, blah, blah." I was just nervous, blathering. he said, "Flying saucers don't exist. Don't talk about it." And I said, "Okay, I won't." And then he said, "I can't seem to find the door." This was even weirder. It was just behind him. So I thought he must be joking, and I smiled and said, "Well, it's right behind you." He
Oh, because you can't see with these lazy eyes.
He then asked, "Can you show me?" So then I tried to lead him to the door, and he wouldn't turn his neck. But I got him to turn his whole body around, but it was like pulling teeth. I said, "Are you okay? Should I call the hospital?" And he said, "I just get stuck." Not got or get stuck sometimes. It was just, "I just get stuck." Which I thought was weird.
I just get stuck.
I just get stuck.
Show me what you got.
Do your breasts make milk? Which I thought was weird at the time, but now that I'm typing it, I guess it makes more sense. He then walked out. I closed the door as fast as I could. My heart was beating so fast, and I was replaying everything in my head so I could get the story down. Some of it makes me laugh, but I was so creeped out. I told my mom, and she said he must have been on drugs. Over the years, I've told some people this story. I've heard FBI agents don't investigate UFO sightings, or maybe my friend was playing a joke, but nobody ever comments on how unearthly he looked. They just assume he's human. To me, the more I think about it, the less human I think he was. That's it.
It sounds like just some weird dude off his meds.
So this started with a UFO she's seen that went to the airport.
Yeah, so this was kind of a twofold. It was a UFO she saw, made a Facebook post. Some men in black show up. A man in black shows up at her house.
Two googly eyes.
Two googly eyes. Do your breasts produce milk? They are.
Why are they so big?
They're big with no function.
They're big with no function. I was like, oh yeah,
They got a function.
oh, it's so stupid. I love it. Oh god.
Thank you. Thanks for that one.
The weird thing is like her account, like outside of like the hilarity, like you've got a guy kind of looks out of time. You get the pasty skin, the weird features, like all that's like pretty common for like very socially abnormal. Like a lot of the Men in Black cases are like that. It has a lot of features, just most of them don't have the hilarity that ensues with this one.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh God, that's so funny.
If they're aliens, like in some type of disguise, they just do a really bad job.
Really bad job.
It's like the old
horrible job.
Edgar, your skin's falling off your bones.
It's not better. Pretty much.
Oh God.
All right,
Let's get into
boys.
it.
I gotta take a shit. So I gotta take a shit so bad. I'll be right back.
I
don't know what I ate. You guys, let's keep going for a bit.
Oh,
I'll do some
Jesus.
fancy editing here.
Are you kidding me?
I left Byron with a huge fart there too.
Oh, he's still going.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Meteor Stadium for ATT's inaugural Crypto Crush-A-Thon. We have gathered here tonight a full fight card of creepy cryptids from eyewitness accounts and folklore. Here we will be pitting them in vicious combat against one another until one amazing cryptid is left standing.
Woo! 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 Woo!
I just want to do I'm going to be so tempted to do my best Jim Ross through this whole thing. My God, stop the damn match. Stop the damn
Joining me
match.
at the announcer table is Brayden.
My God, Stone Cold. All right, what's the first matchup here, Dan?
All right.
What's going on?
The first matchup, we have the Thunder.
Oh, hold on. So you gotta you gotta let us. How are you choosing the fights here, Dan?
What? I paired him up. Randomly.
Oh, okay.
There's no
Random pairings.
Random
random
pairings.
pairings. Picked them out. Put them into a random generator.
Fired him out. All right. Who's the first bout here?
All right. First bout. We have the Thunder from Down Under, the creepy creature of the Outback, the Bunyip.
My man.
The Bunyip. The Aboriginal people know him as the devil or a spirit. It is a creepy cryptid with the crocodile body and a dog-like head. Also reported to have feathers, fins, tusks, claws, beards, or even sometimes a duckbill. But the fact is, most eyewitnesses seem to agree that it is big enough to be a true man-eater.
By God! By God!
And in the other corner, we have the scaly scourge of South Carolina, the lizard man of Scape or Swamp. Eyewitnesses have described this 7-foot-tall human-like being having green, scaly skin, 3-toed feet, and 3-fingered hands. First sighted by Mr. Christopher Davis when he was 17 years old in 1988, leaving a lasting impression on the youth as it ripped off his side mirror from his car and badly damaged his roof of his car, but left no other physical evidence. Multiple sightings have been reported of the lizard man, but most people have yet to find any physical evidence.
So we got the lizard man versus the bunyip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of swamp monsters.
Yeah, what's the battleground?
Oh, we'll put them both in the swamp.
Because
Both in the swamp.
bunyips like from the billabongs and creeks and stuff.
So they're both
I don't
they're not land, like they're both in and out of the water.
yeah,
Yeah.
amphibious.
Amphibious. Yeah, you guys.
I'm not sure. Lizard man might be some. I mean, they are amphibious, but he's not amphibian. I mean, he's probably a reptile. Because crocodiles are reptiles.
Now, so we got the reptile man is, how big was he?
7 foot.
7 foot.
7
tall.
feet, and the bunyip's probably 10. If it's a man
Yes.
eater.
That'd be about a man eater. I think most. If you're a man eating crocodile, you're probably or alligator. You're thinking probably about 10 feet.
This one's a tough one for me because they're so similar. And what it would really come down to for me,
they're not similar.
well, yeah, because they're the same. Like, what if the lizard man's a little faster? But if the bunyip actually has the tusks, but if the bunyip has duckbill, he's getting fucking pounded.
Yeah, it depends what version of the bunyip we're talking
Yeah,
about.
Most of them don't have a freaking duckbill.
I don't think most. I think probably like maybe one person said it has a duckbill. But when I've seen the bunyip, it looks more like a 4-legged. It walks on all fours. I'm pretty sure it walks on all fours.
okay.
Usually, yeah, it's
That's
it's
interesting.
like a crocodile cross werewolf type looking beast.
Yeah.
Gnarly motherfucker.
And this little, what's his 7 foot man's got like 3 fingers that scratches a car? The bunyip's gonna smash him.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Biased, but
Here's-
here's my money.
But like a 6-foot man can wrangle a 10-foot croc, no problem, right?
I wouldn't say no problem, but it can be done.
Yeah,
Valid point. Valid
Can
point.
be
right.
done.
So I'm saying like a bipod lizard man. He's more agile, probably get around, get on its back, right?
Well, yeah. Now, if it's a biped, it's more of a lizard man. It's probably smarter.
True.
Could very well
No.
be true. Unless
no,
you
no.
take into account the bunyip's amazing powers of hypnotism. One legend has this creature hypnotizing a woman and keeping her for several weeks as his slave until the
Sex
spell was
slave.
broken by a large thunderstorm.
What?
What?
Thunderclap.
Well, that's what a fucking wild card the bunyip
Well,
has.
he didn't keep him. He didn't keep the lady as a slave for the whole time. I mean, he does have hypnotizing powers.
All right. Well,
Hypnotizing powers that can be broken by thunder,
That's right.
lightning.
Well, yeah, I guess it could be a thunderstorm or it could be a loud noise.
I still think. Well, if it's got hypnotizing powers and those work,
Well,
it's a tough one.
what does lizard man have?
He's a lizard.
Red eyes.
He's
a
just a lizard man.
Brain. The hypnotizing powers might not work on his lizard brain.
Could be different brain frequency.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Might not work.
Nah, he would.
Is he? Can he like go invisible or teleport or anything cool?
Who? The lizard man?
Yeah.
He'll
Not
scratch
that I
the
know of.
shit out of your car.
Unless he's got shape-shifting powers like, reptilians. Because I'm not sure if people are like, they're like, oh, that's like it's a lizard man or he's a reptilian. I think some people have kind of theorized that it was actually a reptilian this dude saw, not an actual like a lizard man. I guess.
Oh, that would make more sense. But we're basing the fight on him being a lizard man and not a reptilian.
Yes.
So
Just a cryptid.
I think
Not an alien overlord.
my thing is I think if they matched up and he's got the hypnotizing powers, the lizard man would be itching his belly for him after with his 3-clawed toe or whatever. I think the bunyip would get him for sure. Hypnotizing powers, that's tough, especially if you've never met on the battlefield. You lock eyes for a second and all of a sudden you're like, oh, that thing's so sexy, I'll do anything for it. It's like the call of the siren or whatever.
I've seen the bunyip in the water blow bubbles.
What?
Excuse me?
Yeah. So town near where I grew up, we went on a field trip out there, and they've got like little aquatic stuff for the ocean and that, and there's like a little rivulet that comes in from the ocean into the town, and you go on a boat cruise, and then apparently the story is that the bunyip lived in the area back in the day, and then as the I guess tour guides talking about it, all the school kids, we're in grade 3, so we're like 10, 11, something like that. I can't remember how old I was. But all of a sudden, this big bubbling starts coming up from under the water.
Goddamn bunyip!
Yeah. Kids start freaking out because I think the bunyip's coming to get them. But didn't see him. But those big bubbles making a lot of mess.
Yeah, I don't know. Bunyip, he's bigger. He's got hypnosis powers.
The lizard man's freaking 3 claws going to do stuff all on a crocodile skin.
Unless like this lizard's like super strength or something, but we don't have any. There's no accounts of any superpowers.
A human can damage a car.
Yeah, like he didn't fuck up the car; he just scratched the paint,
Yeah,
pulled off the mirror.
he didn't destroy. Didn't like crush a roof in like flat or anything like that.
Yeah, he didn't rip
From the account.
rip the fucking hood off or something.
Yeah, he didn't take a
Side mirror off?
he didn't
He
take a
was pissed off
hubcap
at
or
that?
like a
side mirror.
Yeah, like a wheel well off. He didn't like rip it off or nothing. So yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like a can opener.
So it
Sorry,
looks
lizard
like
man.
it looks like the one going home today is the bunyip.
Woo, my man.
Bunyip moves on, representing Australia.
Woo. Yep.
Now is it gonna go? Is it gonna go in a like a round robin, or like a just,
Like the winner goes on.
yeah, winner goes on?
I will have
Or is
to.
it-
I'll
or is it
have to
like a
save the
bracket?
bunyip. I will save the bunyip.
It's a bracket. It's a
Save him
bracket.
to the side and we'll see where we go.
Okay,
Put them aside. I'll put them aside until later. Here.
Maybe that can be the next.
it could be next on the next one.
Okay. Okay. Next. Our next matchup has our sauropod from the Dark Continent, the Mokile Mbembe. The origin of the Mokile Mbembe is traced back to 1909 from a book titled Beasts and Men. A zoologist named Carl Hagenbeck. In that book, Hagenbeck mused that perhaps there were recently surviving dinosaurs in the undiscovered parts of the Congo in Africa.
So cool.
Right? In the Lingala language, Mokile Mbembe means the one who stops the flows of river. Most people describe this cryptid looking very similar to sauropod dinosaurs that existed during the Cretaceous area. So, think of a brontosaur or something like that, Patasaurus, right? Not a huge one, not a really big one, but pretty big. Probably elephant size. Think about that.
Elephant size. Okay, and
Right.
how do I say the name again?
Mokile Mbembe.
Mokile
Mokile
Mbappe.
Mbembe.
Yep.
Does it have a short name, a nickname?
Let's call it Pepe.
Mokile. I guess you call it Mokile or Moki.
Mokile Mbembe. Is that right?
Yes.
Am I making up words?
That's exactly how it sounds.
Mokile
That's exactly
Mbappe. I want to go home.
All right.
All right. And in the other corner, we have the... Stupid. the Barnyard Batty, the Goat Man.
Yes.
Fucking
Goatman is described as an axe-wielding, half-animal, half-man creature that was perhaps produced when one scientist who worked in the Beltsville Agricultural Research Center near is it Frederick, Maryland? Prince George's County. Maryland. And this scientist was experimenting on goats until one's experiment backfired and created the horrifying mutation known as the Goat Man.
Gross.
So
it's
you
like
got
it's like
a
a
crazed axe-wielding goat, half man, versus a...
Which half is which?
Yeah, which half's the goat? That's going to be a huge factor for me.
Well, the legs
The
are
bot-
the goat. Well, from what I've seen or what reports are, he's got the goat head, and he's got the goat legs, and then he's got arms. Because what? He couldn't have the body of it. He couldn't have the upper body, torso. How's he going to wield an axe?
But then does he have a brain of a? Does he have a brain of a man or a brain of a goat?
Here's the brain of a man.
But it's in a goat head.
It's in a goat head. It's got horns.
So it's going to be hard as shit because those things headbutt pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But
So he's smart.
And now you might think that a giant elephant-sized dinosaur would have the advantage over his smaller opponent, but some variations of the Goatman legend suggest a more supernatural origin involving the devil.
So we got Devil Goat Man
So we got devil
versus a
Goatman.
fucking.
it's like when he goes Super Saiyan, kind of.
Right.
Wait, so is this sauropod? Is it vicious or is it just like a sauropod, like a plant eater?
It's a plant eater, but like if you pissed it off enough, I mean, I'm sure.
Stop.
it's like so like-
I'm already leaning towards Goat Man.
Get the fuck out of here. Let me tell you
I'm leaning
something.
towards Goat Man
I'll-
for sure.
Let me tell you something. You
I'm
put
Team
some little
Goatman.
goat hoofs on me, give me some horns, and then say, all right, go kill an elephant. Guess what? I'm getting killed by that elephant instantly.
Well, yeah, but you're not a real half goat. If I put goat hoofs on you, you're handicapped.
But what I'm telling you is I'm already half of Goatman. I've got the human half already. I'm halfway there.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the good half or not.
But
at this
what
point
I'm
now,
telling
at
you
this
is
point.
if you find an adult goat and you fucking mangle me so I'm a little short body on these little goat legs, I'm getting killed by this elephant. And that's even if
what
I
I picture
survive the
is like-
procedure.
A 6 foot big man with an ugly goat head, hard as nails, with horns and the brain,
And an axe.
and then the legs of a goat. So he's agile. And have you seen those things jump around a freaking mountain?
Yeah,
Hey, man,
with,
He'll jump up a tree
with-
and climb and jump on top and like his
with
pickaxe
4
is
legs.
in the elephant's
Have
head.
you ever
They're
seen a
dead.
goat with 2 legs?
No.
Hey, here, I'll settle it. I'd like to see Braden fight a goat. With no, and then see I've seen those goats fuck people up on YouTube videos, man. They're running around knocking a whole
ATT
village around.
Patreon, pay for a goat for Braden to fight.
So the only way to determine this. So what happens?
I
What
donate
happens if the
$50.
goat beats me? Does that mean that
Goat man wins.
I mean, the goat man's going to beat the sauropod
Sauropod?
for sure. Okay, but judging that'll have to come later. But I don't know. Goat man seems like he's
Well,
agile.
funny you ask, because the next matchup in the right corner, Braden, and in the left corner, a regular adult goat.
Male goat. I don't know. Is it any superpowers? Anything that we should know of?
For the Mukele Mbembe, or
Yeah, because other one's the devil goat. So obviously he's fucking tough as balls.
the only other strange thing is that there was legend holds that the Mukele Mbembe's meat is actually poisonous. And they said that a group of villagers once killed one, and everybody who ate the meat died shortly after.
Well, see, that's going to, again, come back to a benefit to the goat man, because if it had been like the bunyip or something who's trying to, like, their power or strength is biting
Yeah.
the enemy, then as they're biting, they may kill it, but they're going to die themselves anyway.
You know what?
They may still
I'm
win
gonna.
by, like,
I'm gonna.
max.
I think I'll agree with Goatman because I don't think that Mbembe is aggressive. So I think you'd put
No,
it.
not aggressive.
You
And you got fucking goat man as the devil too.
yeah.
I mean,
So you'd have this thing, it'd be in the state and be like, oh, what's going on? And then here comes Goatman, like probably can climb right up on it. It's like, oh, hey, friend, gives it some pats, then acts it in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, just right in the jugular.
Ah!
I'm thinking right between, right between the eyes.
What's that? Have you ever seen when goats do that scream? That's how that's what it would do right before it.
Tongue's just waving.
Throwing up the devil horns with his human hands.
I don't know. I just I think of these sauropods as like just giant cows ever since Jurassic Park, and I don't really think they're gonna do well against any type of predator.
Like they're going to try to flee.
Especially the devil.
Yeah, with an axe.
All right, so it looks like
gonna
the
be too big and too
devil-powered
slow.
goat man is walking away from this one victorious.
Hell yeah. Goat man for the win.
Yeah, there's more
Hail
stuff about
Hail
him,
Satan.
so we'll talk about him later. I think that we could do an episode on goat man.
Oh man, that was like the first, like when I was a kid and you'd go out and you'd hear ghost stories.
Horror story.
Like Goat Man was the first one I ever heard of when I was like a little kid.
I used to tell the story of Goat Man like all the time. Like that was like my story I used to tell like,
Yeah.
my friends when we were like 6 or 8.
Yeah, I probably heard it
Goat
from
Man,
you.
like, yeah, probably. The Goat Man story for me though was like the guy. It was like a Goat Man guy or a guy who got his leg like pinched off in a log jam, and somehow came back and died. But he came back as a goat man and he terrorized children. I used to tell this epic story forever. But he was never the devil in my story. But
Just
it should have been. I could go back and retell it.
We'll probably have to put the goat man up for the tag team championship with his partner, the Boa Man, who's also on there.
Man.
There's a Boa Man who is sometimes paired up with the goat man.
Like they're
Signs
friends.
of a Boa Man, half snake,
Like
half
he's just
human.
wearing a boa.
No, I mean he's half snake, half human. He's
That's-
not Jesse the Body Ventura.
That's
He's
Jake the
like-
Snake.
Jake the Snake.
No, Jesse the Body Ventura woke the feather boa. Jake
Oh.
Snake wore a snake. I think that snake bit somebody. Didn't that snake bite somebody?
Yeah,
at some
bit
point?
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Great.
Well, Macho Man Randy Savage beats Goat Man. So
That'll have to. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know.
ooh yeah. Some brother riding fucking
All right,
Benny
fight
Goat
three.
Man.
All right.
Any man.
So we're going with Goat Man for sure.
Goat
All
man.
right,
Goat
Goat
Man.
Man for sure.
Devil Goat Man.
Okay. Next round coming up. The first combatant hailing from the wild and wonderful West Virginia, the Snallygaster.
Smellygaster?
The early accounts are from German settlers during the 1730s, which described the community being harassed by a monster that they called Schnellergeist, meaning quick ghost in German. So most likely Snallygaster is kind of just like a... they just kind of...
Work off that.
English, yeah, they kind of just mangled it into Snallygaster instead of Schnellergeist. The Snallygaster is described as a half reptile, half bird with some sort of metallic beak lined with razor-sharp teeth, occasionally sprouting octopus-like tentacles. It swoops silently from the sky to pick up and carry off its victims.
Oh, how big is it?
What do you mean?
It's got octopus. Wait.
A little large
mean
enough to
sometimes
carry off a
octopus?
human. So, if, I don't know how big the wingspan would be, but it's probably that.
Wait, so he's got wings,
Got
and then
wings.
sometimes he sprouts tentacles
Yes, from its mouth.
Oh.
from its mouth.
So he's like that. What's the pirate
What I
in the Davy?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
You know what?
Davy Jones or whatever.
Yeah. Is it Davy Jones?
Kind of.
Is it
Like, there's probably like octopus tentacles, like they like come out of its mouth that like
the grab his
grab
prey
stuff
or whatever?
Yeah,
Does he have a little?
alien.
Does that mean he has a little beak?
it has a beak. No, it doesn't have to be a small beak. It could be a big beak.
Oh yeah, but he
I
has
don't
a
know how-
beak.
It has a huge beak.
Okay. All right,
Yes.
and who?
Huge serrated beak.
Who's?
Yeah.
And then inside that beak comes
out the tentacles.
Yeah,
This thing's terrifying.
right.
It's like a chameleon with like
Yeah, so like some type. Does it have an inside mouth like a xenomorph?
A tinier beak.
A tinier beak that comes
So
out?
it opens a big beak. It's got
No.
tentacles, and then in those tentacles is a tinier beak.
It's a smaller beak. Yes.
No?
I don't think so. I think the tentacles are like they come out and they like he opens up his mouth and tentacles come out, and then they like pull stuff in.
And then he chomps him with his beak.
Who's he fighting though? Before we get too much into it?
Okay. Yeah. Who's the opponent?
His opponent, also hailing from the area of the Zulu, the Inkanyamba. Believed to be a large serpent with a horse-like head, it is most active in the summer months. It is believed that the Inkanyamba's anger causes seasonal storms. So this creature is said to be over 20 feet long.
Ooh.
And according to some legends, also winged. So this will be an aerial battle, I suppose.
Wow.
So a winged serpent horse.
Yes.
So you're like a flying horse dragon.
Right.
Wait, it's got no teeth. It's got no sharp teeth.
Dude,
I mean,
look,
horses have pretty
go
sharp
on
teeth.
Google right now and type in
No, they
horse bite.
don't.
Yes, they do.
It'll
Have you ever
terrify
seen-
you.
Horses are terrifying. Those things will bite your
Type
face
in
off.
Google horse bite
They
right
have-
now. It's terrifying.
Hey, they have teeth. I'm saying they have teeth, but they don't have predator like.
I mean, no, they
Canine
don't have
teeth.
fangs.
Yeah, that's true.
But like a horse bite is like nothing to fuck with. Like that is
Oh no, like they'll hurt, but like
a 20
Teeth
foot.
aren't
Like this is like a
that
20-foot
bad.
serpent with like a giant horse head. Like it's aiming.
So
around.
oh, it's fucking hilarious.
I mean,
That guy goes to pat a horse and just gets
don't
dragged.
don't ever pat a horse you don't know. Man, you know what? In my opinion, just don't ever pat a horse.
Ryan hates horses.
I mean, anyways, yeah, 20-foot fucking horse. I mean, it could chomp you in half with its fucking giant flat teeth, but
Well, I'm assuming if it's that big, it's gonna have like a massive head on it to like accommodate the body, and the bite force on it is going to be big. Like they do have
he's
relatively like incisor teeth in the front horses.
they chop your fingers off for sure.
And they've got the big molars sort of at the back too, like the chompers. So like for crushing up the feed and hay and grass and stuff. So like the power is going to be there. It's just kind of get a hold of the
quicker, faster, more agile serpent
Tentacle.
squidbird,
squidbird.
whatever it is.
Well, to be honest, I think this fight's coming down to the ground right away because the one that I can't say its name, it gets angry and it makes storms. So like I have a feeling they're just gonna get pissed off and the wind's gonna blow them both out of the sky, force them to the ground.
Oh, so it's a ground.
I think it's like a winged ground battle.
Winged
Yeah,
ground.
the serpent. Can he like once he gets a hold of it, can he just wrap up? What was the first one? Sorry, I missed
The
it.
Snallygaster.
Yeah,
Snallygaster.
I think this Snallygaster would fuck up this serpent thing because once they're on the ground,
Snurpent.
once they're on the ground, I don't see this horse serpent doing much damage.
It's 20 feet long.
That's true. Does this thing
It
have
was a serpent.
talons?
Big.
Like-
if he wraps around it, I mean, it's like it's an anaconda.
A constrictor.
Thing. It's just like
That's true.
Exactly.
Did the Snarlygast have any talons or
Snallygaster.
anything?
What?
Yeah, special powers.
Does he have special powers?
Does he have talons or
Uh,
just the squid face?
Just the squid face and the somewhat they say metallic beak with razor sharp
Yeah, it
teeth.
was
So
the
it has
serpent
teeth. It
had
has
the,
a beak and it also
right.
has teeth.
But no, it can't summon storms like fucking this
No.
giant fucking horse serpent.
Doesn't have storm powers.
Now, what kind of storm powers are we talking? Like this guy's summoning lightning and like directing it at his enemies, like fucking Thor, or
Well, the legend says that it does. It causes seasonal storms, but I don't think it controls them, and it can cause storms. But they do say that it takes to the sky annually in the form of a giant tornado. So it could turn into a tornado.
Oh, okay. The fucking horse snake's gonna fuck this thing up then.
Because it can just create a tornado.
Yeah.
It probably spins around on the ground so quickly like a serpent, like a snake. And
But
then
it doesn't really sound like it can control the weather though.
But if it's
I mean, it's not shooting
giant
lightning
like-
bolts out of its eyeballs or nothing, no, but it can turn into a giant tornado.
it can pick up the bloody Snallygaster and throw it across until it's
Yeah, I mean, I got to go with
beat down.
the size difference here is too immense, and he can fucking even if you can't control storms, he summons storms. That's some type of fucking supernatural power right there.
So I would say yes. If it's because this is a seasonal monster in Kanyamba, it only comes out during the rainy season, like before the winning season. So if this were perhaps in the months where it's not so active, Yeah, I'd probably go the Snallygaster, just because it's got giant octopus tentacle. Those things are freaking just like.
I like the name Snallygaster. It's a good name for a cryptid right there.
It is. Actually,
It's got a
the
chance
U.S.
of, like,
President
being
Theodore
wrapped up
Roosevelt
in-
had considered postponing his African safari just to hunt the Snallygaster.
What?
It's no joke. It's no joke.
He wanted to
President
hunt the
Theodore Roosevelt, the
Snallygaster.
biggest badass of all badasses, had considered, like, he wrote like an actual, he like penned an actual statement saying that he was considering to go hunt the beast from hearing about the sightings.
That guy just couldn't let any species stay alive.
Dude, he's like, I'm going to shoot everything.
Yeah, he had to kill everything in the world, at least a dozen,
And he could.
and he could. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know, because the Snallygaster, so it's got like metallic teeth.
That don't mean shit.
Yeah.
It could saw its way through the
He's getting fucking.
serpent.
I don't know.
Like, I'm just like clutching at straws here.
I don't know if it's just a small. It's like a human size Snallygaster.
It's big enough to carry off humans and perhaps small
So it picks them up, Gareth. So it's
Could be a
got
little
twice the size.
little bigger than human. Strong wings. So going with fucking
Yeah. The
horse head serpent
I think
raid and
horse serpent. Yeah, just
Serpent.
crush this. It's just gonna crush the Snallygaster.
that's my
All
vote.
right.
Serpent horse raiden.
Raiden?
oh
Who have you
yeah,
got?
fucking snake horse, 100%.
All right. Looks
Snake
like
horse.
the Snallygaster is grounded and the
Snallygaster's got it.
Inkanyamba is taking flight. So Inkanyamba is marked as our fun thing. And that wraps up the first inaugural Cryptid Crush-A-Thon.
Cryptid Crush-A-Thon.
Well,
Is it 4? Is that the 4?
That was we did three.
We did
Three
three?
battles.
yeah.
Three battles.
That's 3 battles.
I'll put three. I'll say there's more for later. This is the inaugural one. There'll be other ones.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the pilot. This is the pilot of
Nice.
the Crush-A-Thon.
Crush-A-Thon. Oh, it's a fun theory. I learned about some new cryptids. I don't remember one name. Let me try to repeat them all. Let me try to recap the fights.
All right.
So in the first fight, we had the Bunyip versus
yeah,
the Lizard
good.
Man. The Bunyip came on top.
Hypnotized the
Hypnotized
lizard
him.
man, destroyed him. It's over.
Second match was the Goat Man versus the baby, and the Goat Man was victorious. And the third bot was the Unagu versus the Snallygaster. Right, all the names.
I think Dan
Nailed it.
had to purposely get the hardest names to remember on the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no Bigfoot, Dogman,
No.
like anything easy.
No, those are for Crypto Crush-A-Mania.
Crush-A-Mania.
Yeah, they
Once a
they only-
year.
only come out on the big main event.
You got to bring out the big guns for that one.
Yeah. Well, I learned some new things about some new cryptids. That's nice. Kind of a quick one. Dan, I guess you can't stick around for after hours.
No, I cannot, sadly.
How about?
I like talking about cryptids. They're fucking cool.
So why don't we do after hours?
Sorry,
We're just
I got a bunch more, but I put those ones together. But those are fun. Researching these are fun. Even the ones that are just, out of folklore and aren't really substantiated. Reading the stories about them are pretty neat. Some of the ones like the Snallygaster. The Snallygaster sounded like legit. Like, it sounds crazy, but there were a lot of sightings, and people were reporting. Some people were reporting like they saw them actually lay eggs. These things actually laid eggs. Capturing livestock and weird stuff like that. So it's like, okay,
wait.
even if it was
The
a giant
Snallygaster
tentacle
lays
bird.
eggs. You never told me that. That changes everything.
Oh my god! What?
Well, listen, you got a horse snake. The Snallygaster's
it's
going to
gonna
lay
be-
some eggs. The snake's going to be instantly attracted to eating those eggs.
It's gonna
Right?
be
Yeah, 'cause it's a horse.
Snallygaster, and then son of Snallygaster is gonna come back for revenge. It's like a Mothra Godzilla movie.
Snallygaster's
Snallygaster Junior.
No, it's gonna be Snallygaster's gonna come back as the metallic version. just all
Oh
metal.
yeah,
Mecha
Mecha
Schnallygaster.
Snallygaster.
When we get to Mecha Schnallygaster, I mean, he's got a chance.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
And he's got fucking jetpacks instead of wings.
It's got laser beam eyes. Oh yeah,
Laser beam eyes. Those tentacles are fucking charged, lightning, electrical charge.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Okay, 1 second. This whole episode, I've been wondering what the sound is. Does someone keep moving their mic? Or touching their cord or something? Or what's going on?
No, I've
No one else
heard
hears
that too. That like
No.
that little like like almost.
Yeah, brrr,
Yeah.
like many times. I don't know what it
I
fucking
don't know
is.
what it is either.
I haven't heard it. Maybe it's on my side.
No,
because
I
haven't
thought
heard
it was one of you guys. 100% not me.
It sounded like someone moving their mic around on the table.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it sounded like.
I'm not moving. I'm
Mine's-
Not,
Oh, right
There
there.
it
It
is.
happened again.
oh,
Man.
that was mine.
What are you doing with it?
I don't know.
You keep bumping the table with it?
Maybe
A little bit.
a little bit.
A little bit.
All right. That's okay. That's what it was. I was just wondering. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right. Cryptid Crush-A-Thon. It'll be back.
That was fun.
More cryptids,
More crush.
more names we can't pronounce nor remember.
Good fight card.
It's good shit.
Um,
Any other news, Braden?
I don't have any news, but let's go to. Got some new podcast reviews.
Damn right we do have a few new ones.
Hold on.
I don't have them up, so you got them up?
Yes, I've got 3 of them up, and there's one on Facebook. If I can find it really quick, I'll read that one too.
Is that the July one on Facebook?
No, someone just wrote it, and then I thought it was funny what they asked. So first review, 5-star review from little Beeboo. Anyways, USA. Space News! Wonderful podcast. Love that you keep up with the excellent topics on a moderately consistent basis.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I consistently keep my eyes in the late night skies of New Hampshire, and for good reason. Tons of extraordinary unexplainables. Unexplainables. Sounds like, reminds me of Lunchables. Take care, and thanks a whole bunch. Leo Beeboo. Beeboo? Beeboo.
Beep, boop, 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 boop.
Hell yeah.
This next 5-star podcast review is from Metal Hess from the USA. Period. It's like Trailer Park Boys with intelligent banter. Well,
What are you talking about? Trailer Park
Wait.
Boys has
Yeah.
plenty of intelligent banner.
yeah, tons.
You calling Bubbles not intelligent? Guy's a fucking champion.
And then
Yeah, that's,
I got one more here.
We've heard something like that before. It's
That's
funny.
a huge compliment.
A
Trailer
huge-
Boys.
yeah,
Yeah.
huge.
Trailer Park Boys.
We're
I
all
love Trailer Park Boys. All-time classic.
Then this one, this is from Roanoke 13. Awesome pod. Love listening to these guys talk about anything. They always keep it interesting and funny, and they never fail to blow your mind. It's a nice review.
Nice.
Oh,
Awesome. I got one off Facebook. It's pretty funny.
Oh,
That I'm gonna do exactly the opposite of what
perfect.
he
That's
asked.
the one I wanted to read too. So perfect. Do it.
Facebook, Chris Eklund, 5 stars. Side note, if you read this one on the show, please not to try and sound like a robot when you read it.
I love this show. My wife told me about this. I am listening to Case File 30 right now. I started listening to this show about 2 weeks ago. El Nasty and Ron Pond would be a great tag team. I had to stop listening to the show at work because I was laughing way too much in a very quiet room with 6 other guys. Keep up the great work. I'm going to try and figure out the PayPal. I recommend Shell's Deer brand. And of course, life will find a way.
Life
I had to read it as a robot.
Life will find a way.
I got one more.
Wait, do we read our other ones like robots? Like what is
Well,
that?
I mean, I don't not like that.
I
but
do
in
my
in the way
announcer voice.
robots-
I do like. I'll do it in this one. I think that's what he means. But I don't. I think it's just like a old timey radio announcer voice.
I think he did it on purpose to try and make us do it. It's like a little.
Yeah.
People
Huh.
keep doing that to us.
Uh,
But Chris,
Make us
thank you
read
very
it like a
much.
robot? Or- what?
This is the last one.
I don't know.
And I'm not sure. I think this is a fake 5-star review. This is from Kid Tiger from the USA. my go-to podcast. Although the guys won't admit it, Mr. Conspiracy is the true star and brilliant mind, when he's on, of this cast. Who knew the great mind of our generation would be a Canadian? And by this, I mean Mr. Conspiracy. Get the fuck out of here.
Come on.
Holy shit.
Has Mr. Conspiracy created a fake Facebook
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Because that's horseshit. Great mind of our generation. He wrote on a note, Zodiac Killer, not solved.
Incorrect. Jack the Ripper.
Or Jack the Ripper, unsolved. That was his notes.
And he brought it to the pod and had it in his hand.
As if he couldn't remember
Like he couldn't
that.
remember it.
The great mind of our generation. God help us. I don't got much else. Anyone else want to plug anything?
Yeah, I got a couple things. First, Zell's Prolapser of the Week. This one's going out to Axie Alvarado. I'm not sure if Axie is a guy or a girl, so either way, he or she sent us some awesome new designs. T-shirt designs.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
He got a El Nasty and a Ron Pond, and Ron Pond in the design is legit Canadian Chuck Norris.
Oh yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty boss.
He's got two Uzis. He's got his shirt open. His hair's poking out. He's got a Canadian bandana.
Yeah,
Fucking
that'd
great.
make a great patch.
And that just reminded me, Braden, we, at the start of summer, said there was a T-shirt contest going on, and we never came back to it.
Oh, well, that's the winner.
Well, that is the winner. We're going to use their design, the Ron Pond, and they're going to get a free shirt. But I think what we should do is, instead of having contests, because we're horrible at doing them, if you have a sweet design and you send it to us, and we like it, and we put it on the TeePublic for others to buy, you get a free shirt every time.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I like that. That's a great idea.
We'll probably, like, TeePublic's been the same since I opened it, the same design. It's pretty, just one design. So now we're going to start doing, I think, at
Is it
least
the
one
one? I
every
mean, it's the one that just says Alien Theories Theorizing.
Yeah,
with their
it's
logo.
just the
That
it's just the
shirt's
logo
so
shirt.
cool though. It's legit cool.
It's a sweet shirt, but
It is pretty awesome.
I mean, every other podcast I look at has like 45 designs. So we're going to at least try and get, 4 or 5.
I love it.
Byron just seen it. It says Ron Pond approved. It's
Ron
fucking
Pond
great.
Approved. It is gold.
It's good shit.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So if you have a T-shirt design that you've been working on for our contest that we never actually followed through on, send it to us, alientheorist@gmail.com. And you might get yourself a free shirt. Anyone else?
I just got one thing. I've set up a new Skype. I'm going to be doing much more recording. So if the podcast's main Skype is meteor.studios. But you can also get a hold of me, and I am just Alien Theorist on Skype, and then it'll say Braden ATT. I'm going to be taking more calls throughout the week, doing some, kind of open channels and stuff, seeing if I can put stuff together. So add me on Skype.
I was going to say, part of our pledge in this fall here is to put out more content, and we're going to do that by we all live in pretty much different cities around the world, so everyone's going to be doing their own thing. So, if you're part of our Patreon, which is I'm going to read a couple of the new supporters: Nicholas Bork, Shannon, Zach Force, great name, and Brian. Those are our newest ones since last time. We're going to be doing more. It's called ATT Confidential. And it's pretty much just a couple little short bonus episodes, 1 or 2 a month, for supporting the show and keeping it ad-free forever. And that's all I got. That's all I got about Patreon.
All right.
That's our only ad we do is for ourselves. And I think that's okay.
That's allowed.
Like we always say, keep those eyes on the skies.
Peace.
So what have you guys been up to? Byron, what have you been up to?
School, man.
Byron went back to school.
He's going back, y'all. back, y'all.
Yeah,
Going back to
it's
school,
been pretty
y'all.
bloody annoying.
And
I passed English.
Past, even though you fucking played PUBG every day instead of study.
No, just every second day. No, I got